tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
Mayfield, look out. Down he goes, slam down.
That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
So up to the 28-yard line. You give them more light. Deep down the sideline, and it is caught by Skoranek. Ben Skoranek with a great catch, a contested catch, all the way to the 40-yard line.
How about the throw? Couldn't be any better coverage, and somehow he gets that into Skoranek to give him a chance, and Skoranek fights him for that football.
Under a minute, 32-yard gain. Underneath, here's Brown to the 31-yard line. Get up, get it down, get to the line of scrimmage.
Again, just learning this offense. Now he's got this 2-minute, make sure everybody's on the same page.
2nd and 1. 35, 34, 33. Mayfield goes, it's caught, that's the first down. Here's Skoranek to the 22. Now Mayfield gets up there and he's got to spike it here. Get him set, get him lined up. Don't have a full start, don't have an illegal formation. He gets it down with 15 seconds. This is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, just to watch this execution is fascinating. This is a headline throw. Great coverage by Nate Hobbs. Puts the ball with Skoranek goes off. Hobbs never really sees it. And how about the job by Skoranek, second year out of Notre Dame, gets both hands on it and fights, pulls it away from Hobbs to hit the ground.
Mayfield's new favorite receiver. 7 receptions, 90 yards. One bigger than that one. 2nd and 10. Mayfield to the end zone to Jefferson. Is that possible? Touchdown. This is impossible. They go 98 yards. That's good for 23. There's a new leading man. Holy mackerel.
Unbelievable. Sean McVay's energy says it all down there.
What is up, my familia? Let it run longer. I'm sorry for the delay. I was working on that video earlier, and it wasn't recording right. I hope everything showed up good on your side. But we have Monday Night Football. The Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams take on the Green Bay Packers, and it's Baker Monday. Shake and Bacon Lambo, as we call it. We'll see what's going to happen. The Rams have been getting a good week of practice, having the Thursday night game, and so they had a little extra time, and it's going to be very interesting the rest of the way with Baker Mayfield. And I can't get enough of that clip. That was just such a great. It was so unexpected. We weren't sure if he was going to play, and as Ram fans in this injury plagued season, you got Kupp, Stafford, Donald out, Allen Robinson out, No Boom's been out, our starting left tackle that was going to replace Big Wit most of the year. We deserved finally to get a win like that. So it was an amazing game, and that's where we're at right now. We want to see what Baker can do the rest of the way, and the NFL is crazy. If you look at yesterday's games, the Vikings coming back, keeping the second seed away from the Niners. Amazing. Eduardo Mendez came in earlier. What's up? Oh, yeah, Rudy. What's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. And again, I'm sorry I had to delay it a second time because the video was taking forever to download. So much. Thank you so much. And let's see. Niners All Damn Day says, Adrian. He says, Baker. Yes, indeed, baby. Michael Kenzie, what's up, my brother? Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. It's Monday Night Football. I got to order my pizza. We'll see what happens. I was thinking about going to the sports bar, but no, I'm gonna watch it at home, chill on my big screen TV. We'll see what happens. Caesar says Niners will not win the Super Bowl. Sorry. Yeah, it's tough winning the Super Bowl. We've been there a couple of times in the Sean McVay era. We've got over the hump last year, but it took everything that we had, injuries. It's still a lot of season left. I really think it's Kansas City's year. I hate that we're in the situation we are with all the injuries. Matthew Stafford's not playing, Cooper Kupp's not playing, Aaron Donald, the GOAT of modern football on the defensive line is out. Maybe I don't want to say it's a good thing that we're not in there because I would love for us to compete with these teams, but maybe this is the Kansas City Chiefs year. I mean, they haven't looked great in the last couple games, but they're pretty complete. And I remember what they did to the Niners defense, even though they had some injuries, but it's hard to stop a Mahomes. And I think maybe it's good that we kind of retool this year and come back and let them scratch that itch and get that next Super Bowl, and then we get our next Super Bowl. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Steve says, bet. Niners All Damn says, bet. Alex G says, Niners choking. Caesar says, I have a great they have a great D, but the offense is boring and predictable. Yeah, the defense is amazing. But if you're talking about you guys talking about the Niners, defense is amazing. Defense, it's loaded. They've made some really good, but their defense has always been pretty good in Kyle Shanahan's era. But the offense is the one thing. You got an offensive coach who's a guru, and the offense has been struggling. I know it's because of the quarterback, but it's crazy. Let's see. Steve-O says, I can't see that Cowboys lost, Bills struggles, Eagles won by 5. Yeah, it's an amazing, it's a crazy year. Michael Kinsey, be thankful for our division. Be thankful our division sucks. Yeah, in a year that the NFC West has been down, the Niners all of a sudden pop up and win the division. Even with Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy's played great. Props to him, but you know what? He could be the regular season wonder, and the postseason teams get more film on him. But he really just has to hand the ball off to CMC. Debo's hurt right now, but what is Elijah Mitchell? Is that right? Their other running back. Short passes inside to Debo and Kittle. But when you get into the playoffs, you got to score points, and they just snuck by. There was a couple of things that the defense kind of got the Niners over the hump with the Seahawks, because Seahawks aren't that good, and they just barely squeaked by. I mean, they were leading the whole way, but the Seahawks, a couple of good throws here and there, and I saw there was a fumble. But hey, you have to put W's on the board, and that's what they're doing. So we'll see what happens. Niners says 7 wins in a row feels great, baby. Yeah, 7 wins. You can't, no matter who you play, you're in the NFL. That's a really great thing. Michael Kenzie says Seattle collapses in time for the Rams to climb up slowly. That would be amazing if we overtake them. That would be amazing. R. Fernandez says, I hope they hit that wall and have to play the Chiefs again. That wouldn't that suck? You get all the way down to the Super Bowl, and then Mahomes takes you down in the big game. Because I know what it feels like playing Tom Brady, and we had him in 2001. And we had him in 2018, had him right where we wanted him, and we couldn't get over the hump. And so, man, that one guy stopped us. We can say, it's cool that we won the last 2 Super Bowls in this division. The Rams have won the last 2 Super Bowls in this division. Well, the Seahawks got one in there too, but the only team in this division, the NFC West, that has won multiple Super Bowls in the free agency era, that's the Los Angeles Rams. Now, we could be really putting our chest out and say we won the last 4 Super Bowls, because those 2 Super Bowls, 2001, the greatest show on turf. If we would have played them 10 times, we would have beat them 9. That would have been 1 Super Bowl against Tom Brady. We should have won that one. We didn't. Tom Brady, 2018, it's 3-3 in the 4th quarter. Todd Gurley's banged up, not his explosive self. Cooper Kupp didn't even play that Super Bowl. He was injured and out. We struggled on offense and we lost, but it was 3-3 into the 4th quarter. Imagine we'd be sitting here saying we won the last 4 Super Bowls. Imagine Niner fans and Seahawks fans and Arizona Cardinal fans, how much you would be like, wow, that could be us. But at least we won the last 2. But it's tough to win the Super Bowl. Easy E, what's up, brother? He says, Rudy, what's up, my dude? Let's shake and bake tonight, Ramelia. Yes, indeed, baby. Shake and bake. Shake and bake. Thank you, brother, for coming in. I appreciate you so much. Let's get to some video here. Let's do the game trailer for tonight's game. And let's see here. Let's see here. Where are you at, baby? Where are you at? That's not it. Hold on. Sorry. There we go.
Mayfield to the end zone to Jefferson. Is that possible? Touchdown. This is impossible. They go 98 yards.
After an unprecedented win, the Rams are ready to prove that wasn't just a flash in the pan, but the recipe for a steady rise to close out the year.
Ben Skoranek with a great catch.
Just when they thought LA might pack it in, a surprise addition gives the closing stretch new life.
I don't know if anybody in the history of the game came in off 2 days and slung the ball like that.
So fire up the frozen tundra for prime time as Baker Mayfield and the Rams turn up the temps on Monday Night Football.
Taylor Rapp to seal it.
Baby, we got to do what we have to do. And, we haven't had very much luck against the Packers for whatever reason. Matchups, of course they got Aaron Rodgers, the diva over there, but other teams have had success. But there was one playoff game where Aaron Donald had he got hurt against the Seahawks and tore something in his stomach area, chest area. Can't remember what the injury was, but he couldn't play. He played and he tried. He had to come out. Wasn't himself, and I really thought we could have maybe made some noise in that playoff series, and went on and see how far we got. But with the hurt Aaron Donald, the guys couldn't get muster enough defense to stop Aaron Rodgers. But here we are, Lambeau Field, baby. Monday Night Football game day, Rams versus Packers. Let's do it, baby. Let's get after the diva. We got to hold him to field goals. The keys of victory: hold Aaron Rodgers to field goals. Run the ball. The Packers, we should be able to run the ball on the Packers, but it's going to be cold. That's why I got my beanie and my sweatshirt on. I was looking for my scarf. I don't know what I did with it. I used it the other day, and I put it away, my Rams scarf. But it's like this one here, the Rams house scarf that I got my guy Peo. I got a few of them, and I was looking for that to put it on as a to go along with our guys in the frozen tundra. But keys of victories: run the ball, get Kyrie Williams the ball, get the ball to this gentleman right here. This gentleman right here. Where are you at, my brother? Where are you at? Van Jefferson. We got to get the ball to this guy. He's just starting to heat up. He had a 6-game hiatus getting back from his injury to start the year. He's just starting to come on. And then my guy, Benny Skro. Benny, I'm going to say his name right because he deserves it now with that great catch. Ben Sharanek. Ben Sharonic deserves it. He had that great catch against the Raiders that helped us win, and he's been showing out. And there's been times where he used him as fullback, and he's been playing a lot better. I mean, props to him. Here he is.
It was a heck of a throw. Great coverage by Nate Hobbs. Puts the ball where Skoranek can go up. Hobbs never really sees it. And how about the job by
just a hell of a catch, so we got to get Van Jefferson, Skoranek ready to go, run the ball on defense, limit them to field goals. But we got to get some sevens. It's going to be a tough game, but I would love for Baker Mayfield to start off hot. I would love for him to start off hot and see what happens with our offense. It's gonna be a very interesting game. I'm for a season the way it's gone, getting Baker Mayfield has put a spark in our offense, and us as Ram fans gave us some excitement. I'd rather have Matthew Stafford fully healthy and Cooper Kupp fully healthy in there. But hey, it's a pretty neat story. We'll see what happens. My guy Michael says, according to ESPN, the win probability for the Rams is at 22%. But I would love to have the Rams being the underdogs. Yeah, I mean, they're not sure about the Baker Mayfield thing. It's one game, and also our offensive line, it has been the reason why we've, besides the other injuries, but the offensive line has been the number one reason why we haven't got more wins on the board. And going over to the Packers with Aaron Rodgers coming off of a bye. That's another thing. They're coming off of a bye. But we kind of almost like it's not a bye, but we had a lot of time off because we played on Thursday and we had the extra time off. So it's going to be a good game. I mean, we're due to put a streak together. Now would be the time for us to do it. I would love it. Stephen Hotto Jr., what's up, brother? He says, what's up, Rudy? Do you see Tutu having a big game tonight? There's another one. Thank you for giving me another key. If we need to get Tutu out with the ball. Now it's going to be tough because it's cold weather. But you got to keep your footing. Hopefully the guys have good shoes on, our fast guys. But yes, if we can get Tutu the ball, if it was sunny and we are indoors, it's easier for footing and for you to, get upfield and use your speed. But in the bad weather, it's a little harder. But yes, I would love to at least get some shots with Tutu. And I love how he kind of he got a call. I think it was against the Raiders where it was kind of like an iffy call, but he sold it. That's a part of a veteran move. But yes, so he says, "What's up? Do you see Tutu having a big game tonight? I kind of need him to go off tonight in my fantasy football league." That's awesome. Which brings me to my second question: do you play fantasy football, Rudy? Well, first of all, let's get in saying my name. Okay, so yes, Tutu is one of the keys. Get him the ball. Because of the weather, it might be hard to, but let's do jet sweeps. Get him an open field. Kind of like a poor man's cheetah, or back in the day, if you guys remember the Greatest Show on Turf, reminds me of Oz Hakeem, kind of undersized but fast as hell, one of the fastest players in the league. I can see it because Baker Mayfield, like how Cooper Kupp's not there, Stafford knows he can rely on Kupp. So when the times were tough, he would overlook at Kupp too much sometimes. But what can you do? He's one of the greatest receivers in football. Right now, I can see him spread the ball around. I see that one of his favorite targets is Van Jefferson, and he likes Benny Skro. Let me say his name right. He deserves it. He likes Ben Skowronek. Tutu, he likes to launch the ball down the field. So if he gets in the in the plays. I can see him having a big game. I can see him making couple of big catches, get 100 and some yards. Hopefully, he gets a couple of scores. So that's a great point, Stephen. That's another key to maybe getting Tutu the ball, get us some easy scores. CJ says Rams all day, win or lose. That's right. That's what true Ram fans do. We stick with them through the good seasons and bad ones. And yes, we are still the champions. Hordes up. Yeah, I just wanted to say that because it was so tough for us to win this damn Super Bowl. And then I look over and I see Von Miller's hurt, and my prayers are with him and his family. He always will have love in Los Angeles for helping us win the chip. But we were so upset that he left, and I miss him still. The defensive line has not recovered since he's been gone, on the opposite of Leonard Floyd, where his spot was. I'm glad we have Bobby Wagner. Though, he's been amazing. And then you look at my guy OBJ. We wanted him back, but he's not even ready yet. That's why no one team has even signed him. We're already in December. So maybe there's possibility that the Cowboys get him towards the end. But there's a possibility still that we can get him in the offseason if nobody gets him because he's not ready. So you see those two guys were instrumental in helping us win the Super Bowl. We were able to get them both. And now they're both out of commission right now. So we'll see what happens with OBJ. Hopefully his healing will get better or his rehab will get better. But it was a magical season. And, always, despite what happens this year, that's why I have my Remilia Studios littered with Rams Super Bowl memorabilia, because not only did I see it, I got to go to the parade, and it was amazing, and amazing story with Matthew Stafford after all those years in Detroit, the naysayers, the haters, and even after winning the Super Bowl, you still had the haters. Richard Sherman got shut up by Baker Mayfield. I love seeing that. He shut up Richard Sherman to winning the Super Bowl. OBJ, people looked down on him. He came in Los Angeles in that culture of Sean McVay, won the Super Bowl. Same thing with Von Miller. They said he was washed, and then he played with Aaron Donald. He didn't have to be the guy no more because the guy was here in the middle raising havoc, and they left him freed up mostly single coverage, and he got healthy and won the Super Bowl. It was a magic year. No matter what happens this year, they can never take away last year. It was just amazing. And yeah, it was last year, but it was really months ago. It was technically this year because the Super Bowl is in February. And that's why I did a post. No matter what, we can get through Christmas and New Year's and New Year's, and the Rams will still be champs, because it's true. They don't crown another champ until February. So it is what it is, right? So, but we'll see who's going to be the next champion. My money would be on Kansas City. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Caesar. Michael says, also, this game time weather forecast for the Green Bay is 14 degrees. Glad it's not single-digit temperatures. Yes, but that 14 degrees is still amazing. Still amazing. Michael Kenzie says, my bad, it's 18 degrees and snowing at halftime. Amazing. But it's still, it gets so cold over there. Eric Armstead, next question, just here for fun. Thank you for coming in, and props to you and the Niners for winning the NFC West. Steve-O Grant sucks. Rooting for Baker, but Rams taking an L. Well, thank you for rooting for Baker. It wouldn't surprise me if Baker goes off. He's got a chip on his shoulder. I really like Baker. I didn't know much about him because he wasn't on my team. I know he got a lot of hype, but he took the Packers to the Browns to the playoffs and 11-5 record. And that does mean something because they haven't done anything in a long time. Easy says, very winnable game, but it will still be tough because of the frozen tundra. We spread the ball on offense and we pound the rock and the ground. There's a chance. Yep, there's a chance. Our defense has to hold Aaron Rodgers to field goals, limit the big play. We'll see what happens. Michael Kansas, we can F the Lions pick if all you want. Yeah, the Lions are, props to Jared Goff and the crew. They took that draft pick, and they're going to get higher than what they thought, because we were in, hopefully we were going to be in contention for a playoff run and Super Bowl run, and then everybody got hurt, and it is what it is. But I would do that trade. All the Rams front office would do that over to get Matthew Stafford to win the Super Bowl. We still won that trade. Easy says, to feed Kyrene the ball. He's played in South Bend. He's used to the cold. That's a great point. And it gives your rookie some confidence versus trash run defense. Yes, indeed. I really love Kyrene Williams. He hasn't got a lot of reps, but I love his moxie. I love his skill set. He can catch out of the backfield. He's he's a quick and gets to the holes fast runner. He's not a top speed guy, but he can do some damage. Yes, indeed. Michael Kenzie says also the Packers released Sammy Watkins. I saw that. I love Sammy Watkins. I love that 4 or 5, 6 games that he was with us. Loved a big receiver like that. I'm amazing that they would get rid of a guy like that when they need it, when they're trying to fight for the playoffs. Easy says Rams versus Packers are 46-46-2. Let's take this lead overall, and let's take this lead in the overall record. I would love that. Michael says, I watched the Rams Spanish radio call a few days ago. I can tell you, pay this man all the money to call the Rams games. I saw him too. I was going to put it in my video lineup, but I was working on the Baker Mayfield Rocky video, and to put it down here. But yeah, amazing. And here's our guys getting ready for the game. Good a week of practice. Hopefully it'll turn out, it'll have some results. Here we go.
I think what you have to be really intentional about, and I remember, Brad Stevens, and I've talked about this before, is just give them just enough to try to go play great. You can sometimes, immerse these guys in information, and not all of it is necessary, to go play at a really high level. And so you want to be selective with the information that you're given.
Don't want to overflow it, because really it's about learning this, the game plan and what we're trying to do based on the defense and what looks we're going to get. So there's little things that, I want to try and learn, like what certain terms mean and what it comes from. But when it comes down to it, it's going to be really game plan oriented.
Bradfield, and you know what? He looks so happy. I mean, yes, the great win has something to do with it, but he just looks so happy in Los Angeles. I mean, and as a Ram fan, people take this wrong. Yes, I'm a Ram fan. I'm so glad I live in Southern California. They came back to Los Angeles because I'm able to see them here. But I was always a Ram fan, even when they went to St. Louis. God bless my Vermilion in St. Louis. They were great fans, amazing fans. We can't pick where our teams go, but just like the Minneapolis fans of the Lakers, when they came to Los Angeles. But he looks so happy, and that's why I say that being in Los Angeles is like no other place except for maybe New York. I mean, it's the Mecca on the West Coast. So much more opportunities for off the field stuff. It's beautiful Southern California weather. We don't have any problem getting free agents. I used to kid on the Niners content creator shows that, the free agents don't want to come here because they pay higher taxes in California. And I'm like, well, we don't. I'm typing it on the key on my phone. Well, we don't have that problem here in Los Angeles. We get whoever we want. They're when you say, hey, you're coming to Los Angeles with McVay. Oh, okay. Look at Baker Mayfield. He bought his plane ticket, having a feeling that he's coming to Los Angeles. We don't have those problems here. And so, it's just amazing time. And I see my guy Gil here in the chat. Sorry, Gil. Amazing time. My guy Gil says, hey, Rudy, yep, Super Bowl champions forever, baby. Yes, indeed. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, it's just amazing. And he just looks so happy. I mean, look at his face. I mean, he deserves it. We need more wins out of him. I want more stuff out of him, but God bless him, and our young secondary and defense is coming around. Kobe Durant, Darian Kendrick got some reps this year. Hopefully Quentin Lake will get some reps. But he was out with an injury. The future is bright in Los Angeles. Van Jefferson's a young guy. Cooper Kupp's a young guy. We have second round pick, a fourth round pick, a couple of 6th round picks. We're going to get compensatory picks for free agents we lost. If Raheem Morris gets a job, we'll get a compensatory pick for him. The cap is going to go up next year. I just can't wait. Stan Kroenke bought basically the whole Woodland Hills Mall area. He basically owns the whole block. We're going to have a state-of-the-art complex practice facility. As the guy from Jurassic Park says, we spared no expense. SoFly Stadium is the best stadium in NFL, in the NFL period. Amazing. It's just an amazing, magical time to be a Rams fan, despite the horrible season. But we have a lot to be proud of. And another thing is my guy Tyler Higbee. The Rams are acclimating themselves into the community. They're showing good faith and goodwill towards everybody, and so they have a program called Tackling Hunger. And let me just show you a video about that. But props to my guy Tyler Higbee. Besides being a great Ram, Super Bowl champion, he's a great dude, and we help the community. And let's get in and show you a little bit of that clip.
We're so happy to be partnering with the LA Rams here at Ted Watkins Park here in Watts and providing food to families in this community who, are really struggling with issues of especially inflation right now. We're hearing from so many people it's very hard for them to make ends meet, put food on the table for themselves and their families. And that's fairly consistent for what's coming in. We're expecting to see about 1,000 families come through, somewhere around 20,000 plus meals handed out. And so that's what the LA Regional Food Bank does in partnership with the LA Rams, is to get nutritious food out to people who need it.
Yeah, it's awesome being able to come out here, with LA Food Bank and being able to help give back and just being able to come out here and help those that need it. I've been out here for 7 years now in LA, and since my rookie year, I've always done my best to try to help give back to this community that's helped give myself an opportunity to live a great life. So just being able to get out here and help in ways that I can in the community, I try to do my best to do that.
Well, it's just amazing. The Rams coming to Los Angeles, they are doing right by the Los Angeles community, and they do stuff for the school, which I think I have a clip of that too. But amazing, But let's get back into the chat, and I highlighted. Let's see. Michael Kenzie says, by the way, what's your reaction on the Dodgers getting JD Martinez and letting the two Turners go? I hate that the Turners are gone. Martinez, I'm just very frustrated with my Dodgers. I always love my Dodgers. If long as it works at this point, I trust them. But when it gets to the World Series, just like we trust McVay and Les Snead, we already got one chip. Man, it killed me with Toulouse to the Padres last year. As long as it works at this point, I trust them, but I hate to see the Turners go, the two Turners, and welcome aboard JD Martinez. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll work out. Just like coming to Los Angeles with the Rams, putting on that Dodger uniform, being at Chavez Ravine, the place that Vin Scully built. We'll see what happens, but it kind of gives you a little more moxie in your step. So we'll see what happens with that. L.A. Lou has a great point. He says, and thank you for coming in, L.A. Lou. Props to you. With all the injuries, our young guys are getting a chance to play, and that much, and that be much better next season. Stafford and Cup will heal. And that'll be much better next season. Yeah. So our young guys are getting reps that they normally wouldn't. So there's a silver lining. Of course, we'd rather be in the Super Bowl hunt. There's still a chance, but it's a long shot. We have to win out and get a lot of help. But these young guys are getting reps that they're basically getting fast-tracked, progress. So we'll see what happens. And then I got another good point. Lou says, Michael Hoyt moving to edge could end up being a blessing for the future. Yeah, I thought that he was kind of a little slow to be on the edge, but he's kind of growing on me. He's got a high motor. He gets after the quarterback. That's a good guy to fill in. Hopefully we get a veteran presence next year as we start the season. I want for my Christmas list, I want a couple of offensive veteran tackles. I want an edge rusher. And if Cam Akers is going to be gone, maybe a veteran running back. Maybe what's my guy? We were rumored to get him. His name escapes me right now, but maybe a veteran running back to go with Kyren Williams, and figure out what we're going to do with Allen Robinson. I think now we know how to use him. We'll see what happens with that. But great comment, Lou. Gil says last season the Rams won the tough NFC West, while the Niners won a weak conference this year. Anybody winning for Super Bowl 57 instead of the Niners? Yes, indeed. That's a great point, because last year the NFC West was one of the better divisions, possibly, arguably the best division in football. And guess who won the division? The Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams. People forget that the Niners finished third. The Arizona Cardinals were the wild card, or the second team rather. So now with the NFC West is in shambles. I mean, you have different quarterbacks in all the teams now because of injuries. And guess who won the division? And guess who got finally back-to-back seasons in his 6th year as Niner head coach? Kyle Shanahan. I posted that as a kind of a jab to the Niner fans, just to tease them that, of course, Kyle Shanahan would win the division when it's in shambles. All these different quarterbacks are at the helm, and for the Niners, their quarterback just needs to throw short passes and hand the ball off, so it's not a big deal for them so much. But in the big game, in the postseason, that's where it counts, your quarterback. But of course they'd win the division, and Kyle Shanahan all of a sudden gets to win back-to-back seasons because the NFC West is in shambles. Of course. But yeah, so we like to kid them, but that is exactly true. Great point, Gil. Atlu says Michael Hensley Turner was too much money, and Turner is 38. We have to move on sometime. Yeah, that's the only thing, age and money. But I hate to in baseball they make so much jack. Props to them, but I just hate to see good guys go. But yeah, I don't like it. But he's right. Rather a little too early than too late. Chewy Romo, good morning, Rudy. Hoping the Niners choke again, like they always do. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. And with that, Rudy. I would be here for that if they were to lose again in the playoffs. We'll see what happens. Steve-O says, you guys beat the Bengals. Yep, the Bengals are still a good team. Look what they're doing right now. The Bengals are a good team. You got to tip your hat to them. And, there's nothing wrong with the Bengals. The Bengals are a top 10 team. Michael Kenzie says, LA Lou, yep, I'm going to miss Justin and True. Trade just cost too much money for the Dodgers. Yeah, man, we lost Seifert. I mean, Cali Rica says, 49ers are part of the best team in the NFL. We'll see. I think the best team in the NFL on both sides of the ball is the Kansas City Chiefs. That's what I think. Apollo says, I'm a Niners fan, but Baker does look happy, and the clip of him getting the game ball was nice to see. He doesn't scare me with our defense, though. Your defense is thank you, Paul, for coming in, man. We go back and forth because we have a hate-love of relationship with the Niners. We love to beat them and love to see them lose, but we hate them. But yes, but props to you, man. Here I like for us just to have fun and go back and forth. That's what makes it fun. But as long as it's cordial and stuff, no personal attacks. But thank you, Paul, for coming in. But yeah, that defense you guys have, man, I tell you what, I appreciate a good defense. I really love Bosa. I love Fred Warner, Mexicano. I love I hate him, but I also love him. He's kind of like reminds me, I've said this before, he reminds me of Patrick Beverly on the Lakers. When he's not on your team, you hate him. Jimmy Ward is what I'm talking about. He got a yappy, but he's a ball hawk. He's always around the ball, especially against us. He'll be sitting there, the ball will pop off and it goes right to his hand. But yeah, you got to be in the position to get the ball though. But there's some. I love Kittle. I love Trent Williams. I love how he likes to smash people, come around the side. Reminds me of Big Duval Love and Irv Pankey with the Rams back in the day with John Robinson Rams. We'll see. But the quarterback position, I cannot believe. Forget Brock Purdy's playing good right now, that they left Brock Purdy, the Mr. Irrelevant, as their backup quarterback, and on a quarterback that always gets hurt, Jimmy Garoppolo. So okay, they deserve all the accolades, but to me, that was irresponsible to leave this guy as your guy's hope. And he's playing good, so props to him. That's fantastic. But if you would have told me that's how they wrote it up, I mean, they wouldn't even be able to tell you that with the straight face. But we'll see what happens. It's a long season. Maybe he's the Niners' Kurt Warner. We'll see. Gil says weak NFC West division this year. Yes, indeed. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Steve-O says, I heard Jimmy bought a plane ticket to LA. Yeah, we don't have, I mean, he can hold Stafford's clipboard, but that's about it when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo. Let's see. Steve Kim says, how dare the Cardinals fired me? Sorry, guys. I really want to destroy the Cardinals franchise so bad. Alex, he says, Niners beat the Bengals twice. Michael says that, Steve-O, you can keep Jimmy. Yeah, they'll probably keep him in the end. I mean, amazing. Poor dude. He takes a pay cut to come back to the Niners, saves Kyle Shanahan's butt, right? And then he gets hurt, and Brock Purdy comes out and does the job better than him. Poor Jimmy. But, it is what it is. That's his deal. Easy says, I love my Dodgers, but Dave Roberts isn't cutting it anymore, man. Dave Roberts drives me nuts. He's a world championship coach, but I'm an old school Ram. I love my Tommy Lasorda, and there's a lot of issues that I have with his personnel, taking pictures out at the wrong time, or but he's got the chip for Los Angeles, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Michael says, I know Peo loves Michael Hoyt since he's Canadian. Yeah, I love Michael Hoyt too. But yes, my Canadian brother, Peo. Let's see. You guys are hilarious in the chat. Paul H says, at Alex G, it's more than just the division, though. Niner content creators don't talk about the Rams like this. Maybe Rondo, I don't know, watch him. Well, Paul, that's we talk about the Niners because the Niner fans come in here, but they're the NFC West champions right now. But also, they do. Some of them, like me, I guess I guarantee you that almost every one of the content creators that I've watched, at least, and those are the main ones, talk about the Rams at some point. I know Grant Cohn, before the Rams got injured and they were hurt, he would always say, why don't the Niners do like the Rams? Why don't the Rams always are brought up by content creators because they won the chip. They've been to 2 Super Bowls in 6 years, and they've been the winningest franchise in this division in the Kyle McVay Shanahan era. Make no mistake, despite the recent success between the two teams, the Rams have had the most success in the NFC West since Sean McVay has been there. Period! Exclamation point with the Super Bowl banner. But yes, they talk about the Rams. They really do. Let's see. Michael said there are some rumors that the Patriots want Jimmy G back. They probably will get him if they release him. We'll see what happens. Paul H says, agreed, Rudy. I don't know. I like how we manage our QB situation. I can't even lie. Yeah, I mean, it's worked out. So you know what? Hey, I'm going to tell you some insight too. When the Rams had Kurt Warner, right? The Kurt Warner Super Bowl 2-time MVP should have retired as a Ram. That's Mike March's fault. Who I compared to Kyle Shanahan. He was horrible with player personnel decisions, horrible total head coach, but wonderful play caller. He reminds me of Kyle Shanahan. Kurt Warner should have retired a Ram. But anyway, if it works out, it works out. But yes, so lucky that Brock Purdy is doing the job. Imagine with this great defense, if Brock Purdy was throwing picks left and right. So to his credit, though, but yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Let's see. Eduardo says, "What's up, brother?" He says, "It's better to be the Super Bowl champions than the best team in the NFL." Exactly right. It's better to be the Super Bowl champions after coming off of a Super Bowl win in winning season, and then now have your injuries, than almost winning the Super Bowl and then having injuries, and then at least we have the Super Bowl trophy. That's exactly right. Charles says Kelsey tore up the Winers. Love that guy. I love Travis Kelsey too. Amazing player. SG says, "What's up, brother?" He says, "Hi, SG. What's up, brother?" He says, "Thoughts on Just Her going to the Red Sox?" I don't like it. Don't like the Red Sox. Don't like the Yankees. Easy says 40 Winers are like microwave pizza after hangover kind of night. They're only good on the spoiled season. That's funny. Easy says Ward let DK put him on concussion protocol. Oh, I didn't know that he's on concussion protocol. That sucks. DK is an amazing player. SG says thoughts on Trey Turner to the Fizz. Don't like it. Don't like it. I hate seeing great. I hate Kiki Hernandez. I hated seeing him go. These role players we were missing last year. All the guys that come off the bench get a timely single. You can't have everybody, but it sucks. It's losing guys. Just like on the Rams, they lost Basson Joseph Day to the Chargers. Fox, edge rusher sucks, or a defensive player. SG says, I'm going with the Packers. Well, hey, get out of here, SG. He says, I'm going with the Packers winning over the Rams, scored 30-27. That's funny. We'll see what happens with that. And so just like I was talking about, let's see. So the Rams, I talked about how they're acclimating themselves to Los Angeles community. They're giving back. And so that is great. And here's another video on that, just real quick, just to show you. I just like to give them props. You don't really see this in other content creators too much, but I like to give our team props, not only on the field, but off the field.
Today to shop at Walmart with the little kids was great. Just being able to give back to the community and the stage of life that I'm at is always good, especially in a time of a holiday spirit, just being able to do good things.
Got my man Dylan with me today, doing some little Christmas shopping. Like to come out and put smiles on these kids' faces. Anytime I get to go out and do things like this, man, it's heartwarming. At the rate he's going right now, we might have to get another basket.
These children are in the community of the Compton. We're just grateful what you guys have done for them, because you could just see the joy in their faces.
They basically, I'm not sure how they picked them. I didn't see the whole story, but 100 kids in the inner city, and they treated them out to a shopping Christmas fest, and amazing. Just this is what I'm talking about. Amazing, and I love this franchise. I love this team. I've been a Ram fan since '79 as a kid, and I've seen it all, man. I've seen the great Eric Dickerson. I've seen the Rams go into Candlestick Park in the Joe Montana era and beat them 3 times in a row at Candlestick. Jim Everett and the boys would go down there. I've seen the 85 Bears against the Rams and Eric Dickerson. Unfortunately, the Bears won that game, but Henry Ellard, Vince Ferragamo, Billy Waddy, Preston Denard, amazing Jack Youngblood, on and on and on. Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. The Rams, the Hall of Fame is like a Rams showcase, a Rams family reunion. The Rams are one of the teams that have the most NFL Hall of Famers in NFL history, period. All the way go back to Dick Night Train Lane, Bob Waterfield, Norm Van Brocklin, back to the 40s, all the way up to now. Just amazing franchise. Amazing. You can't even do a Mount Rushmore. There's so many, over so many decades. You can do Mount Rushmores for every decade the Rams have been they've existed. Amazing franchise, and so proud of them. The first team to have emblem on their helmets, the first team to have their road games televised, the first team to have colorized playoff games. Amazing, just everything. Amazing, and so proud of this franchise. Love this franchise, and the only team to win Super Bowl NFL championships in 3 different cities. On and on and on. Amazing. Let's see. Easy says it's tough to win a Super Bowl. Look how your San Francisco 49ers did against the Chiefs. Yeah, it's tough, man. It is tough. It is tough. Gil, my guy, says 49ers Super Bowl wins are shown in standard definition TV because they didn't have high definition yet. The last century technology. That's funny. But yeah, it's the 49er franchise, and for my 49er guys here, we like to go back and forth, and props to them. Props to them. They won those 5 Super Bowls. It was amazing. Bill Walsh, give props where props is due. 1981 to 1994, it was a magical decade for the Niners. Okay, that was amazing. They're learning now how hard it is to win a Super Bowl, because now usher in, after 1994 season, the free agency era, and they are 0-2 in Super Bowls. So the Rams have won 2. They almost could have won 4, but almost they won 2. And after the free agency full-blown era. But the Rams go back further. The Rams won championships in 45. They won a championship in 51. The 60s, so they were in the championships with the championship games against the Vikings and the Fearsome Foursome. The 70s went to the Super Bowl against the Steelers. The 80s, 2 championship games in the 80s, the late 80s. The 90s won the Super Bowl in 1999. 2000s went to the Super Bowl in 2001, 2018, 2021. The Rams franchise goes further back. And so it's amazing when it comes to championship teams, championship in the mix. Hold on, my doggies are barking. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm back. Okay, so my sister, as a Mexicano, we love tamales for Christmas. So we found a lady that makes great tamales. And so she called me right now. That's why my dogs are barking. She's going to come back and drop off my tamales, my order. So happy times. So sorry for that. My dogs bark. That's why I got this little doggy here as a shout out to my dogs. Who let the dogs out. And I want to give props to but yes, indeed, red and green tamales, beautiful. My Christmas will be set up thanks to my sister. She's going to go pick them up from the lady. So that's what was going on. But from time to time, you may hear that somebody comes by or drops mail off. They start barking. I want to give a shout out to our guy Nick Scott, aka Brick Scott, the Debo killer in the championship game, at least. He had us a new baby. Props to you, Nick Scott. Merry Christmas to you and your family. We love you, brother. You're a Super Bowl champion, and let's get that video.
Shout out to my good baby boy, December 11th. Jackson, Daddy loves you. We're playing for you from here on out. Holly, I love you too. You did a wonderful job. You looked amazing. Without you, Jackson ain't here. So I love you too.
Prop to Nick Scott and his baby, brand new baby, Jackson. Amazing. And so, yes, it's going to be a cold one in the Lambeau Stadium. I can't wait. It's going to be this way for our Ramilia in the stands. So yes, indeed, I can't wait. And but like I said, we're due to get some wins in a row, and hopefully our guy Baker will bring us home. And I'm looking forward to it. I want to see Kyrie Williams get the ball more. I want Cam Akers to continue his path to getting back to being an elite running back. He shows flashes, no fumbles this time. Get the ball to Van Jefferson and Tutu down the field. Benny, he deserves his last name to be said right. Ben Skowronek, excuse me. I got so used to saying it wrong. Ben Skowronek, get him the ball. He's showing up. Limit Aaron Rodgers to field goals or nothing. Get some turnovers. Get after him. Make it a rough day for him, and we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with that. And I got to give a shout out to your. I got to give a shout out, my brother, to your username, your user handle. I think Rodgers cannot take criticism. He doesn't like it, but I love that. Real pendejo. I love it, brother. SG says, you forgot to read my comment. I didn't see it. SG. Oh, he says, go Pack, go. No, we don't read those. We don't read those. We'll see what happens. True to the game, Niners are not winning this year. They should not. They should just cherish that division championship. Yeah, for right now, that's a big thing in the middle of the Rams Super Bowl window. The Niners won the division, even though the division is broken, beaten up. But props to them. But yes, indeed, yes, indeed. But props to them. But yeah, it's going to be a great game. I'm looking so forward to it. Enjoy, but that's going to be the keys to the victory. And I want to thank everybody for coming in here. As always, much love to everybody, even my Niner friends in here. Props to you guys. And as we always say, may the Ramelia be with you. And Ramulators, mount up. And let's go out with Rocky. Hold on.
No. The world.
There we go. It's queued up. All right, guys. Have a great night. Hope everyone. Hope we have another Rams victory. I'll do a post game live, and we'll go from there. Let's get this last one in here. Hold on. Here's the thing. Maybe the Niners are a better team and they own the Rams and everything, but they will never have an answer for that NFC Championship game. Well, they own the Rams in the regular season. Recently, McVay was 3-1 the first 4 times they played them, and then it's gone the other way. But we'll see what happens. Mark Hensy's, thanks, Rudy Ramelia and the others in the chat. Smash the like and subscribe button before y'all leave. Yeah, guys, hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the alert so we can all be back in here. Appreciate you guys so much. And True to the Game says Niners will be crying again at the end of the season. I would love it. All right, everybody, have a great night, a great afternoon. Hopefully the Rams win. We'll see what happens. May the Ramelia be with you. And Ramulators, mount up.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
Mayfield, look out. Down he goes, slam down.
That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
So up to the 28-yard line. To give them more light. Deep down the sideline, and it is caught by Skowronek. Ben Skowronek with a great catch, a contested catch, all the way to the 40-yard line.
How about the throw? Couldn't be any better coverage, and somehow he gets that into Skowronek to give him a chance, and Skowronek fights him for that football.
Under a minute, 32-yard gain. Underneath, here's Brown to the 31-yard line. Get up, get it down, get to the line of scrimmage.
Again, just learning this offense. Now he's got this 2-minute, make sure everybody's on the same page.
2nd and 1. there. He's got a spike in here. Get him set, get him lined up. Don't have a full start, don't have an illegal formation. He gets it down with 15 seconds. This is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, just to watch this execution is fascinating. This is a heavyweight.